Hi, it's Ali here, and I hope you're well on this Friday evening. So, how has your week been? Have you had a good week? It's been busy. Here in the UK, we are just about to start a bank holiday weekend, so a 3-day weekend. So, has it been extra busy because maybe you had today off, or the fact that your business is getting ready because you're not working on Monday? Whatever it is, I hope your week was good and you are really looking forward to a lovely weekend. For me, my week has been great. It's been so much fun. So I went away with my friend to North Wales for my birthday in January. She bought me an experience, a ride. It's the Aero Roller. So it's above a quarry, quite high up. You're strapped in. There's like a rail that goes all the way above you, and you literally have to step off. You whiz around, and of course, we didn't do it the easy way. We had 23-mile-an-hour winds. So that made it even more fun. And so you go around a little practice one, then you do the real thing. You're swaying from side to side. And then, not like a lot of things like this, where you've done it, you're a bit nervous, and you think, oh my goodness, thank goodness that's over. You went again. So you had to be extra brave and think, okay, I've done it once, I can do it again. But it was great fun. We really, really enjoyed it. And then the next day, we walked up Mount Snowdon, which was, yeah, not quite how we envisioned it, because we had in our mind that it was going to be a lovely day. We had this wonderful view at the top. No, even more windy the next day, and rain, and it was very cold when we got to the top. And we were hoping that actually, because it was so bad, it was going to be dangerous to go back down again. We'd get the train down. We weren't in the right area. So we had to put our big girl pants on, tell ourselves that just do it bit by bit, we can manage it. And we did. And we are so glad we did, because when we do things that test us and push us, when you've done it, you have that extra, I know, this confidence about yourself. You have more energy for doing things. So it's been a great few days away, and it's made me really think about, sometimes we really drift in life. And that's what I want to talk about today, because our trip has been in the making for at least 18 months, I would have thought, especially the Snowdon part. And life can get in the way. It's like external things get in the way, and we don't do the things that we want. We just drift in life. And that could be because we haven't got a purpose. It could be because we really fear stepping out of our comfort zone. It could be because we don't have the confidence in ourselves. So whatever it is, have you got something in your life that you really want to do and you've been putting off for weeks, months, years? Well, if you have, I've got a few tips for you that maybe help you focus into what you really want in life and go for it. Because let's face it, if we just drift through life, we drift into the job, we drift to where we live, we drift into just sitting in front of the TV watching Netflix all the time, there's going to be a stage in our life we're going to look back and think, why didn't we do more? And as I say, a lot of the time, it can be the fact we haven't really got a purpose. A lot of it is fear. And I know for me in the past, it was also confidence in myself, my ability. So if this all sounds really familiar to you, this is what I suggest. The first thing, sit down and write a list of all the things that you would like to do and who you'd like to become. And it can be really tiny things. It can be, I don't know, where you want to go, a new restaurant, or it can be a small mini break, or it could be bigger things like holidays, where you want to live, what job you want. I want to go self-employed. What car do you want to drive? What cars do you want to own? Literally brain dump how you'd like your life to be. And you can make it as wacky and weird as you want to be. Because let's face it, if we don't think it, we don't write it down, we don't see it, it's not going to happen. So that's my first thing. Brain dump all the things that you would like in your life, things you'd like to do, the adventures My friend and I are already thinking about a few things. Abseiling might be the next one, of things we want to do. Just sit down and brain dump them. So that's my number one. The next thing is write a list of dreams and goals from that list. Because if we literally started looking at all of it, it's going to overwhelm us, especially the really big things. So maybe write down a few smaller things and a few larger things that you would like. And then start looking at how you can get them in your life. So if it's a really big goal, chunk it down. Could be the first step is I'll make a phone call to find out about something. But if you have a list and make sure it's somewhere visible that you will look at and think about on a regular basis, because it's amazing that you could see one thing or hear one thing, and then it starts this seed, and then all of a sudden you hear someone else mention it, and then someone else talks about something. Then you see something on the TV and you think, ah, yeah, I'd really like to do that. I'd like to go on that holiday, or I'd like to look at that hobby, whatever it is. So if you have it written down, it really does help and it gives you something to aim towards. And then the next thing is remember there's things that are going to get in your way. And the main two that I believe is fear and lack of confidence. And fear is not really real, it's what we think. And usually fear is failure, making an idiot of ourselves. And I think also a big one is that if we fear that we're going to grow or change our lives too much, the people around us are not going to want to be with us, or we outgrow them. But people will come with you. And as you grow, what you want in life might change. But if we fear failure and we don't do anything, we've failed already. And when it comes to confidence, we're never confident enough to do anything. I didn't feel confident enough to climb up Snowdon. I hadn't had any real experience. I've been on walks and stuff, but I could have just felt, no, I can't do that. I'm not confident enough to do that. But unless we actually take action and go for it, we never get the confidence. And luckily for our trek, it was slightly easy to start with. Then it got a little bit more difficult. Then it got a bit more difficult. Then it got ridiculous. But we'd had that little bit of practice beforehand that gave us the confidence to think, yeah, we can do this. And we saw other people around us doing it, saw children doing it, saw the dogs climbing up. And it's like, yeah, no, we can do it. But it has to be little tiny steps and it has to be action. We're never going to be confident to do anything unless we take action and start doing it. And then I know to some people this is not going to be a really good word, but discipline. Because let's face it, our minds and our body really want to take the easy route. We want to do things that really don't take an awful lot of energy. So if it's something we know, that's easier. The brain doesn't have to think about it so much, don't have to use so much energy. Things that we love, that we're programmed, from the savannas, we like fat and sugar. So yeah, let's face it, sit in front of the TV watching a Netflix movie with a cheesecake or a bowl of ice cream sounds good. But if you keep on doing that, your future self is not going to be happy. Your future self is not going to be well. Your future self is going to regret that you didn't do things when you were younger. So having that discipline, but looking at more of, I'm doing what's best for me as I grow and as I get older. I'm going to do the things that fill me up. They might be difficult. They might be up a mountain with nearly 30-mile-an-hour winds. But actually, by doing that, it helps us to grow and feel better about ourselves. My energy for next week has grown because of my experience. And it's also making me think about what other adventures I could do, what other things, what other places in the world could I go and do? What else could I climb, or I don't know, some deep sea dive or whatever. But discipline isn't a bad word. It's just something that really helps us have the life that we truly want. And discipline can be something really tiny. I know for me in the past, writing lists have been a bit of I don't need a list. I think a lot of it is because my husband lives by a list and it just, oh, no, I'm not doing a list. However, when I'm disciplined enough to say, right, what do I need to do tomorrow? And I write it all down. And the next day I'm like, okay, I know I have a purpose. I know what I need to do tomorrow. So I'm sitting there. It's like, okay, I'm doing this. And as you tick them off, it's like you feel good. You feel more confident. You feel like you're actually taking a step forwards in life. Okay, you don't want to live by it because otherwise a list is never going to go. You're never going to complete it because there's always things to add to it, a bit like life. But it's a good guide. It's something that you know you're going in the right direction. So those four things for me are so important. So important so you don't drift in life. So write down what you want. Know what you want in life because you wouldn't get in your car not knowing where you are now and not knowing where you want to go and you'll get there. You'd never do that. But are you doing that with your life? Are you sitting here not knowing where you're going and just day in, day out, just going with the flow, letting the external world control you? So write down what you really want in life. Then the second thing, as I say, write some dreams and goals. A few small ones, a few larger ones. Larger ones, chunk them down. We are all going to feel fearful of things. It's human nature. But if you don't do it, you fail anyway. So do it. And if you fail, you'll learn from it. And then you'll do it differently next time. Embarrassing? Let's face it. What you did maybe a week ago that was embarrassing, the only person that remembers is you. No one else even bothers. They're more interested in themselves. So don't worry about that. And yes, okay, you might outgrow some people around you if you're really going for it all the time. But there's always opportunities in life to help people come with you or find new people that make you the best person you possibly can be. And then, as I say, discipline doesn't have to be a bad word. Just look at it as you're looking after yourself. You're doing what's best for you in the future. It's okay 20% of the time, maybe not to do the things that are particularly healthy or not on your path of what you want in life. But if you do it most of the time, you're more likely to get there. And then my last little bonus tip, I suppose, is have faith. Have faith in you. You're amazing. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And have faith in something bigger. Whether that's a God or the universe or just a bigger purpose. Because we are just a small part, sort of like a small cog in a way, of a massive wheel of life. So I hope this has really made you think about your life and maybe think about the things that you have been putting off for weeks, months, and years. Try those four things. Have faith in you. Believe in your confidence. And if all of this seems just far too much, book a discovery call with me. It might be the fact that we can use hypnosis to really get you over your beliefs that you have that are holding you back, or to grow your confidence. Or it might be that fact coaching could help, that you actually don't even know what your purpose is in life, what you really want. And we can sit down and have a really good session of really going through it all. So you have got something that you are passionate about, that you want to really go for in your life. We only have one life. We only really have us. The most important person in your life is you. And you don't want to be there sitting when you're older in the rocking chair of life, looking back and thinking, if only. Because you can take action today and have the best possible life. So I hope this has helped, and I hope you have the most amazing weekend. And if you're in the UK, enjoy that extra day. And I really look forward to speaking to you all next week.